In the early hours of April 14, 1912, the RMS Titanic sailed swiftly across the frigid North Atlantic, its grand interior bustling with the over 2,000 passengers. The ship, proclaimed unsinkable by its creators, streamed confidently towards New York, cutting through the dark, icy waters. Behind the scenes, in a small, cramped room filled with the steady crackle of Morse code, the Titanic's two Marconi wireless operators labored tirelessly. Their workload was overwhelming, relaying dozens of personal messages for wealthy passengers eager to communicate with the outside world, even in the middle of the vast sea. But as night fell, the airwaves grew thick with a different kind of message: urgent warnings from nearby ships. From the steamer Masaba came word of a massive field of ice directly in Titanic's path. The Californian, halted by a sea almost solid with floes, transmitted a dire notification. Icebergs, pack ice, and a sea littered with frozen dangers lay ahead, silent and invisible on the moonless night. For the operators, Jack Phillips and Harold Bride, these warnings arrived amidst a relentless deluge of telegrams from Titanic's passengers. Their priority, set by the shipping company, was to clear the passenger backlog, private, non-urgent communications sent at the behest of first-class clients. The overload was exacerbated by a technical malfunction earlier in the day, causing delays and increasing the pressure to catch up. They worked feverishly, headphones clamped over their ears, churning out messages as the clock ticked into the night. As ships in Titanic's immediate vicinity sent increasingly desperate notices about the treacherous ice field, Titanic's operators acknowledged the alerts, scribbled them down, and handed them off to the bridge, sometimes right away, sometimes after a delay. In the confusion and haste, some warnings failed to reach the captain at all, or came stripped to their bare essentials, relegated to the officer's in-tray for later review. Meanwhile, messages chattering about business, gossip, and social appointments continued to take precedence. Ultimately, the night was silent and cold as the Titanic pressed onward at nearly full speed. On the bridge and in the lavish salons, confidence in the ship's design, and perhaps an underestimation of the North Atlantic's dangers, remained unshaken. Officers believed their ship could withstand most hazards, and few imagined that ignoring a handful of wireless warnings could prove fatal. Shortly before midnight, the inevitable occurred. Out of the darkness, a mammoth iceberg loomed, too late to avoid. The Titanic struck the submerged ice, her hull plates wrenching open below the waterline. Water rushed in, and within 2.5 hours, the pride of the White Star Line was gone, taking with it over 1,500 souls. The aftermath of the tragedy included intense scrutiny of every detail, including the actions of the wireless operators. Investigators found that some critical iceberg warnings had indeed gone unheeded or insufficiently prioritized, exposing tragic vulnerabilities in the system that governed maritime wireless communication. The operators had followed their training and company policies, but those protocols did not place safety messages above passenger traffic. It was a catastrophic oversight. The loss of the Titanic transformed maritime law. New regulations mandated that all ships keep their radios manned around the clock and that safety warnings take immediate precedence. The world learned that technology alone cannot guarantee safety. Procedures, priorities, and human judgment are just as vital. The story of Titanic's missed iceberg warnings became a sobering lesson in the perils of underestimating risk and failing to listen to both the world around us and the warnings that sometimes arrive too late.